Welcome to Winchester Evangelical Church Bible Study. Today we're looking at the 8th book of the Bible, Book of Ruth. The message in this book is rest through redemption and union. The most famous words in the book, and perhaps in the Bible, are Ruth's words to her mother-in-law Naomi, which we read in chapter 1, verses 16 to 17. And Ruth said to Naomi on her way back to Judah, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people. Your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if anything but death separates you and me." There's an interesting story about this book. In the 18th century, that great literary authority, Dr. Samuel Johnson, he of dictionary fame, he introduced and read this book to his friends in a London club. A pastoral which he said he had lately met with, and which they imagined had only just been written. But when they were loud in their praises of its simple and pathetic beauty, he informed them that it was only the story of Ruth which he had read them from a book they all despised, the Bible. Now the author is unknown, though many believe it was Samuel, and it was written after the period of the Judges and following the birth of David. The book covers a period of about 10 years. And it's notable that this is the only book in the Bible that is devoted to the history of a woman. There are 2 books named after women. This is Ruth, who was a Gentile who married an Israelite husband. The other book was Esther, an Israelite who married a Gentile husband, the same. A major purpose of the book is the tracing of the genealogy of David. The blood of this Moabitess ran in the veins of the Lord Jesus himself. Boaz was a kinsman redeemer, and he's a type of Christ. Ruth is a Gentile, a type of us, non-Jews. And it's a story that shows a pre-intimation of the calling of the Gentiles. Now the Moabite was shut out of the religious life by law. In Deuteronomy 23 verse 3 we read, "No Ammonite or Moabite or any of their descendants may enter the assembly of the Lord, not even in the 10th generation." But this Moabite is admitted by grace. Paul, writing in his letter to the Colossians, chapter 3, verse 11, said, "Here there is no Gentile or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave or free, but Christ is all and is in all." So Ruth is a type of Gentile sinners, if you like, a group, a stranger, afar off, poor and needy. Now she was related to Boaz by marriage, as we are related to Christ by the marriage of our human nature to his divine nature. There is, though, one nearer kinsman redeemer to Ruth, a fellow human, but he cannot or will not help. Now Boaz, on the other hand, is a type of Christ, the Lord of the harvest, a man of standing, or as it says, a mighty man of valour. He takes notice of us and treats us kindly, and when in penitence we come and lie at his pierced feet and ask him to spread over us the crimson mantle of his love, his response was immediate as he speaks comforting words and gives many blessings, redeeming us and uniting himself to us, so we are no longer lonely, but become fruitful and a blessing to others. The primary message of the book is that of rest. In the East, the position of unmarried women was dangerous and trying. It was only in the house of a husband can she be sure of respect and protection. Elimelech, her first husband, gave up rest when he left the promised land and went to Moab. But God's ways are not our ways. Ruth found rest through redemption and union with her Redeemer. For us, there's no rest in the world, but in union with our divine Redeemer. So an analysis of this book perhaps. There are 4 parts. First of all, rest forsaken in chapter 1 verses 1 to 5. Emigration to Moab and the deaths of the men in the family. Secondly, rest desired in chapter 1 verses 6 to 22. The return to the land of Judah. Thirdly, rest sought in chapters 2 and 3. The story of Boaz and Ruth meeting. And in section 4, rest secured. This is chapter 4, where Boaz and Ruth come together as husband and wife, and we read of their descendants. But note, the concluding sentences in this book are almost wholly devoted not to the young and happy wife and mother, but to the aged Naomi. That is the book of Ruth. Look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.